Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. What a great way to get our event started. Tully Williams is with us from the West Coast at the Niello Company. He and I were just reflecting. Tully, this is number 32 Fixed Ops Roundtable. Great pleasure to welcome you back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Holy mackerel, 32 years. Can you believe it, Ted? I remember we started
It feels
this.
like years, yes.
I'm just telling you, I mean, look what you have done and look at the information that you're giving all of us out here in the fixed ops world. Every one of us says thank you for bringing the highlight, but look what you profiled. 32. I remember I was at the second one out there in Beverly Hills and we had that and we enjoyed it, and all those great speakers come in and everybody gives a roundabout. COVID came and you did the smartest thing ever and put it online, and now everybody around the world in the nation can look at and see what's going on. We all want to know, and you've helped me find great partners. Julie, Dealer Pay, thank you. Scott Davis, from Volley, thank you.
Volley is fantastic.
Huge deals for us, right? And other technologies that we've seen that we've gone into and looked at. And then also when you look at best practices that some of these great dealers are doing, you don't need to be a big dealer. A small dealer might have great ideas. So, when we come out with the next one with 5 full days, holy mackerel, 5 days is a lot, is that everybody please listen. I know we're all busy, but I listen to all of them. I just put the screen on and I listen to it as I do my work for the day. And of course, a customer comes in, you just mute it out. But the goal is going to be is that you can learn so much and interact. And Ted, wow, what a lineup this week.
And Tully, you are a big part of so many pieces of the lineup because you've helped in actually championing a lot of these processes that our folks are going to see this week. There's a lot of new things happening on the roundtable that you are a part of. Obviously, our great friends at Cox Automotive, the great work that they're doing there with their different brands. Also, of course, CDK is with us as well. You mentioned Julie Douglas at Dealer Pay and Scott at Volley, but there's some new friends, on this event, and we're going to be really excited to see your segment with ACV. And tell us for a moment, because they're going to introduce that new Viper product. That's really strong.
I'm telling you, the Viper product is just strong as hell. I mean, when you look at what is it doing for us, is that it's helping the fixed ops department as it helps the used car department. A healthy used car department is so good for the dealership and for fixed ops. And now there's a product that is less intrusive, super lightweight, right? And the process they're doing about checking for damage, looking for tires, giving a price code. It's not all about acquisitions. It's also about helping us in the service drive do our job right. So that's where you get this twofer for this product. And here's one thing I didn't want to say before. I secretly pulled it over and knocked it over. And guess what? We tilted it back up. We called them in a panic. And within about an hour, we had it up and running. So it is dumb proof. So that to me is a great deal because it's not bolted to the ground. It's a lightweight. But having that process going, I'm so excited that people can learn about how do we buy cars in the service drive that strengthens the fixed ops department. That's the key. How do we drive our retention as that store, our El Gro store at BMW is doing a successful 72% retention rate. Wow. Why do we want people to ever go away? And the answer is no. I just want to buy their car and put them in another BMW. That's the key, and that's what Viper's going to help us with.
There's also a couple discussions you're going to be on. There's a new CRM that's coming out in the industry. It's not new, but it's going to be new for fixed ops. And for a fixed ops CRM that really encompasses the entire dealership, Tully, that's going to be another game changer. And you are going to be helping to champion that at Niello Company as well.
So when you look at DriveCentric, they're a great partner of ours here on the sales side. And as they start to dabble on the fixed side, it's really exciting. And hey, guess who's coming out to the June 10th pop-up event? The CEO of DriveCentric to come out and talk about all the great things they're doing for us. As we try to bring fixed and the sales department together, it's going to be interesting to see what they have and very exciting.
Tully, you're also doing a lot of work and have been for some time with Revolution Parts. You're doing parts e-commerce. Larry Sherman is always a big part of our events. And thank you for that. I know you and he have worked together for many years, but it seems now that e-commerce parts is now becoming mainstream, and you've helped bring that to life, my friend. and not just like in one of your stores. You've got that in multiple. Do you have that? I think in all 10.
All stores, yes, 100%. So Revolutionary Parts, another Fixed Ops Roundtable find for us is that we've embraced that. And why would we not when you have a platform that makes it easy for us to do business? Integration into our CDK, right? How does it make it easy for our parts people to sell more parts to the world? Revolutionary Parts makes it easy. There's a lot of people in that space, but here's the thing. We're busy. We've got to make sure it works. And here's another thing. They help us market out in the world that we want to sell to. Where do you want to sell? We'll help you. They do all that for you. The package they come up with is incredible. And it's really exciting to see is that as we see our parts managers get scared, oh, we're going to get all this fraud, we're all this horse manure, is that now we're seeing the success of that, and they're like, we want more. And now we can work with Revolutionary Parts to help us market to where we feel that we'll get the best results from. It's extremely exciting.
There's a lot of great conversations coming up this week. There's the Fixed Ops magazine panel with Ron Overs. You've been a big part of that for a long time, and we bring together some of the leaders in fixed operations, your peers, who, by the way, many of them are coming out to see you at the pop-up event in June. But that Fixed Ops magazine panel is really another home run, and that's been going strong now for, I think, 4 or 5 years.
Oh, I think it's larger than that, but I love when he comes out, because when we get on that panel, it's good to see all of our friends together when we do the panel, but he doesn't tell us anything, not a whiffer of anything. So it's great when we get the question is that, we're going to tell you the truth right off the bat. I mean, we don't have time to think about some weird ass answer. We're going to actually do it. Sorry about that. But the whole goal is going to be is that we're going to get the real answer. Right? And that's what we want to see, right? We want to see our peers. What are they doing at their store? Like Tom has told us some great ideas, and Sean, right? And Jim, all of them give us great ideas of what's going to happen there and tell us what's working at their store so we can learn from that, right? And then maybe put it into our store or tweak it in a way that works for us. That panel there is a great panel, and I'm so honored to be part of that.
There's another panel, the Tech Visionaries panel as well. Marco is going to be moderating that this week. Marco's come a long way, and we have the hashtag what would Marco do, but really Marco leads the discussion with us, and another fine panel. You're a big part of that one as well.
The tech panel is the most important, as it says right there. It's all about the hours. How do we get our technicians to go home rich and tired? And I think it's great when you have the tech panel. We're actually going to talk about hours. Whereas all these things we're trying to sell you technology and all this stuff, which is good. But you know what? I got to have technicians. I got to have technicians that are actually doing the work every day. And how do we make them rich and tired, and of course also happy every day? That panel comes together with technicians actually on that panel, right? We got Marcos that's been on it from day one, but some great service directors together. We talk about how do we make our technicians more efficient? How do we make them happier? How do we get better quality inspections and all that stuff? The tech panel, I think, has been going on for so long, and Marcos has taken that on, and he has done an incredible job keeping that going. So God bless Marcos.
While we're on the subject of techs, you have championed tech videos for some time. There's a lot of new technology out. You are also pioneering something with Joe Shaker at this event at True Video. When you and I were together in Las Vegas, you tapped me on the shoulder and you said, let's go. We're going over to Joe's booth. True Video. We brought the team, and we all had a chance to try some of the new things. Here's Katrina with the glasses that True Video has got out there now for the techs. These are out in the marketplace now. But I think the best thing you're going to talk about on those videos at this event with Joe and Sarah and me, you're going to talk about that video quality score if you want to give away a little bit.
Oh my God. I mean, think about what we're doing. As we do about 10,000 plus ROs a month, we send out 10,000 videos. Here's the deal. We can't look at them all. Even though we actually are telling people this is how you make money, and we have core values and human beings are human beings. We don't know what happened in the background. And Joe Schaefer with True Video, thanks to you, Ted, for that connection, is a great way of looking at all those videos and telling us.
He says you've been in his 20 group. You were in his 20 group going way back.
Yes.
He was just happy to get on the show with you.
Correct. But here's the thing: is that Do we need like phone call measuring? Is that we need that with videos? Are we doing the processes right? One, are we saying hello in a nice way? Hello, my name is Tully Williams. I'm so glad to work on your car today. Are we showing the license plate to make sure that's their car? Are we showing the underneath of the car? Are we talking about brakes and tires and showing the measurement, right? Are we talking about the filter? And that's what he measures. He's measuring the sentiment. Are we talking too fast? Are we talking too slow? Here's the deal. I don't expect a technician to be a trained professional actor. I just want them to do it because I want the customer to feel that they got a quality inspection from their great doctor that's working on their car. Joe is answering that call and coming in here. And I'm telling you, I got our second and third batch of videos. We're going to be the best in the nation, just so you know. Hands down, sorry, I'll take that challenge from anybody. But we have got it dialed in because we've been doing videos probably for a good 10 or 12 years. I mean, I came here at the Niello company 8 years. I brought it in. I had it at my previous employer, DG, and we had videos there. But the goal is going to be is videos work, but they have to be done right, and they have to be monitored. And thank you, True Video, for coming through and making this product as it's improving every release. I am so excited. Service managers, oh my God, easy to use. Technicians actually like it because they want to improve. We just got to show them, and we have to show the people that are doing a great job. Look at this video. You scored 100. Oh my God. What a concept.
Are we going to get a chance to meet some of your techs when we come out there in a couple weeks?
100%. I can't wait for June 10th, the great pop-up of the West. Thank you, Ted Ings, for coming out at our beautiful facility, our Porsche store there. Look at that gorgeous facility there with our team. But our goal is to show off one of our best assets is our technicians. And how do we develop them in-house? When you look at our technicians, is that we don't have a tech shortage. I'll say it one more time. We don't have a tech shortage. There's our great leader, Rick Niello, right there. 105-year company. But we don't have a tech shortage. Why? Because we are working and developing technicians on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, right? You got to have a bench. Do we have a bench of shop assistants to hourlies to flat rates? And then the next best thing that we love to talk about is I put their pay plan in writing and how they get a raise. They don't have to ask for one. They just got to not screw up cars, have great HR problems, no HRs, and guess what? Train. And guess what? We have raises built in for you. So the goal is going to be is we want to take that stigmatism out. We like small raises throughout the year as they work at it. But our goal is going to be, as they all know, I feel, it's all about the hours, and technicians know that their efficiencies. We have great parts people in the shops looking at parts for our great technicians in the shop as part of the team, right? How do we keep the technician in their stall, not at a parts counter or looking for this or looking for that, is that we really work hard on that. And I love to profile some of our beginners as we look at some of our superstars and, of course, our foremans that run these teams. So it's going to be a great event where you're going to see some of how the great success of the Niello company, because it's all about the hours.
Tully, rumor has it that the Niello company started in Fixed. Is that true?
It did. It started in Fixed in 1921. Thank you so much for bringing it up. As a Packard Aero Service Center in San Francisco, and here's the deal: is that there is a rumor around this town here that Tully brings it up a lot.
We're going to get to meet the great people of the Niello company on June 10th at the pop-up event. Tully pulls out all the stops. A lot of surprises and big announcements coming during that show as well. We're going to get to meet the people of the organization. Amazing, the young lady who is the controller who started off as a cashier, I believe, many years ago. And she has an amazing story to tell. She really, by the way, she and Julie and the dealer pay team, everybody really bonded really well. But the people of your company and the things they're doing, whether it's in recon, whether it's in the shop, whether it's with the service advisors, the great centralized BDC and your team there, unprecedented what you're doing there. You've made a lot of strides here over the last couple of years.
And it's because of all the team members. I'm just their cheerleader on the way, but our goal is going to be is that we get great processes that they believe in, right? The whole goal is the process has to be believed in. When we look at X Time, a great partner of ours I know Skylar is going to be out there, and Skylar has a great panel for you. But our goal is going to be is that how do we believe in the process of check-in, tech recommendations, tech videos, tech inspections, sending, oh my God, the quote to the people. Great things that we do that inquire our service advisors, our great team of porters and support staff, to our advisors, to ultimately to our techs and our parts people. How do we bring all these people together? Profiling a lot of those great groups as our office managers, right? How do they help us going, making sure everything is right? And of course, as you said, Chris Toll has done a great job in leading that charge for the Niello company and all of her great gals at all the stores. And then we get to profile some of our great general managers that are running those stores today. We had that great panel there. We talk about information. How do we give information to our GMs? How do we give them so they have access to be transparent and look at that every day, right? And then, of course, we like to talk about our parts managers and assistant parts managers, which we have at all the stores, because we're always building that bench. And again, as our service managers and assistant service managers, how do we build that bench and how do we keep that going strong? And then, of course, we love to have our tech panels with our foremans and show that off. It is all bringing those people together that make a great dealership. And that's the reason why I hope that when people watch us, you're like, there's a lot of love going on at the Niello company.
I'm thinking of Carl in the centralized BDC.
Yep.
I'm thinking, I mentioned his name earlier, Larry Sherman,
Yep.
because parts sells hours. He reminds me about that all the time, Tully. And we're going to get the great people of the parts department at Tully's Niello company as well. All this coming together over a short span. And then you are bringing in, actually, fixed operations directors are coming to your store on June 10th for a big panel of fixed ops directors from around the country, some coming as far as the East Coast, coming to see you and sit on that panel. I know there's one coming from Nashville. I know there's a few others that are friends, but you're going to have a great panel of leaders there.
That's gonna be the best part, is having the perspective of all of us, and I think that's the benefit that we're gonna have with we bring a lot of big audience in. We encourage, we can't shut the place down, but we encourage our techs and our writers and our managers, our general managers and office managers, parts managers all come to that event so they can watch it. But that's a really good event where they've seen what's happening in the other stores. One thing that we do that we don't publicize is that we like to have a great wrap-up dinner at night. And and I'm telling you, we've had some,
yes,
Ted, we've had some great speeches there. Every time you come out, we have a wrap-up dinner. Okay. And then what we end up doing is that we sit there.
Can we expect that this time as well?
Absolutely. We have some great people out there. Some CEOs are going to fly out and be on a panel, but yet we're going to have a great meeting where we can have some of the times you can have that, I guess, a more natural, calm position. So we can have that panel. We can speak freely. And then two is that we're going to do that with those great service directors coming across the United States, where our service teams can ask questions about how they do things. I mean, honestly, I hope you record that, but sometimes that is golden information. What's going on out there? Because, we're in our bubble out here on the West Coast in Sacramento, but what's going on around the world? I think people want to know, and that's going to be really exciting. It's a great event.
So Sarah's coming with me. We're going to moderate with you the Niello Company pop-up event. Tully, we're also going to bring with us some young people who may have never been to California, but who are entering the automotive industry from Northwood University. We've got some great standouts coming. Stephen Hackbarth, the intern, is coming. Isabella Stevens is coming. I think there's a few more as well. So we've told them all about the Niello Company, and they're going to get a chance to see the best in person. And then the following day, Tully, I think we're coming to some of your stores and we're going to do a couple pit stop events. Is that right?
That is correct. The great thing about, the Niello company is a lot of our dealers are within a 5 mile and some of them are 100 yards away. So it's going to be great that we'll, do that where those kids come in. Like last time they came out, they had a great time doing those mini mic interviews. But now we're going to go to all the different stores and profile some of our great people, our men and women at those stores. We can go down and look at the Audi store and the Jag Land Rover store and the big monster BMW store and even the Volkswagen store, right? Those are all within 5 minutes. So now we can go in there and really see what's working at the Niello company and get some of those live talks, which I think are so important. And, they're so unveiling about what you get out of those things. Like, we do it this way and we do it that way. It's such a fun time.
All right. In the meantime, stay with us this week, everybody. Fixed Ops Week. Tully Williams, as you've just heard, headlining a whole lot of things happening this week. 5 days. First 5-day event we've ever done, thanks to you, Tully, and thanks to others, including Sean Kingery, and helping us to get to the 5 days. And then we're coming out June 10th for the big pop-up at the Niello Company. For information on that, you can reach out to me or Tully, and make some arrangements. That's going to be a packed house, though. That's going to be nuts. So.
We're so excited, but here's what I want to say, guys and gals, this is the 32 event for the pop-up event. Please take it in, interact on that chat, talk about what's happening with those panelists there, interact with everybody. That's where we learn the most. Take the full advantage of this free process. God bless Mr. Teddings for making this happen for all of us, and we're super excited about this event, my good friend.
God bless Tully Williams and the Niello Company. Tully would never be here without you. So thank you for all you have done and continue to do for the industry.
Thank you very much,
the industry at large. Everybody, stay tuned. Tully Williams from the Niello Company with us here today, kicking off the 32nd Fixed Ops Roundtable.